just pick a direction and get working, because until you get busy in one direction, nothing gets fixed in any direction. It's been 7 hours and 14 days. What was it? How long was it? How long was it before Sinead O'Connor, or since Sinead O'Connor had senior or whatever, or had a haircut or whatever the hell it was? I don't know. But it was there. It was there, and I said I wouldn't play this a whole lot, but we're going to do it. We are going to play some Robotron. Probably the reason why I don't play a lot of Robotron on this channel. I think I played like maybe 7 times. I did something at the beginning called, I think it was Robotron Therapy or something like that. I've got to turn this down because this game is very, very loud. There we go. That's much better. All right. So, Robotron Therapy, because I tend to work out some stuff when I'm playing Robotron. So let's see what it looks like when it's said out loud. What does it look like when he's working stuff out? You know what? It kind of looks like the same mess that when he's completely lost, and he's bitching about having to pay a quarter for a video game. They're like $60 now. Doesn't he understand how good he had it? Oh. So the thing about this game is I'm not paying attention to this now the way I would normally pay attention to it, trying to score buku points. Because my big thing about this is scoring 1 million on this, and I know that the record is like, you know, like 125 million or something like that, and so that's fine. I don't have to be the best at anything. And actually, for, you know, for what it's worth, I actually mean that. But this is a game that I have found, it just, for some reason, the situations in it, I just relate to it in a, I don't want to say in a spiritual way. That's not quite. It's not quite as grand as that. It's really more just, boy, you know, look at this. Look at how I just sort of got away. I got out of all that shit when it looked like everything was doomed. And then you kind of do it. And then after a while, you sort of learn what you did, and you kind of do it again, and you kind of do it more often until you get to the point where the shit that you were tripping over, you suddenly don't even notice it, much less have to step over it. Just like sort of the way I'm right now, and I'm not trying to brag, but the way I'm kind of taking care of things right now, and that won't last for very long, but that used to be a big struggle for me. Like that, like running into shit. See? Even when you think look, I'm gonna demonstrate what bragging does. Oh, look, I died. Yes. Thank you for the demonstration, Boomer Dad. Moving right along. Oh, yeah. He said he wouldn't ruin his favorite game on the channel. How do you ruin your favorite game on your own game channel? Oh. You know, the thing is, and that's actually a great question. It's turning something you love into work. And you can do that, but you got to know how to do it. And I'm not saying that I know how to do it, but I do know that I've known a lot of people. Well, let's put it this way. My wife and I ran my family's catering business for, I think, about 10 years. Well, I won't get into the whole thing, but my wife and I ran my family's catering business. And I forgot. I absolutely forgot what I was gonna say. Okay. Well, moving right along. Maybe I'll watch this and I'll remember, and I'll go into the comments and I'll say, hey, here, that's what I should do. I should spot stuff. That actually bothers me because I thought I was saying something Oh, you know what? I do remember what I was going to say. My wife and I were running my family's catering business for a while, and we had a friend of ours who one time said, "Oh, I love cooking, I love parties, and I love people. I should be a caterer." If you love something and you do it the way you love it, I don't know. I'm not trying to give any advice. I'm just saying that if you truly love people, parties, and cooking, the last thing you want to do is be a caterer, unless you know how to be a caterer and not ruin your love for people, parties, and cooking, because I guarantee it, you will take care of those loves very quickly if you don't guard them like the treasures that they are. So sometimes, you know, the challenge of a channel, I think, is, well, there's a lot of challenges to a channel, especially today. But a lot of the challenges is to take something that you truly love and turn it into some kind of an industry. Not Henry Ford, but an industry. It is your own business that you're starting from the ground up. It's opportunities that I know a lot of people would have loved to have had 20 or 30 years ago. The ability to just put yourself out there, free of charge. You know, everybody complains about how many people there are out there. Well, if your stuff, AI, if your stuff is good, what do you care how many other people are out there and all that? So, I'm not sure how we went from food and don't cater if you like cooking and you like people to some sort of. But that's what happens when I invited you into my brain during a game of Robotron. You know, you were warned. Ah. And it's so funny, and I'm not paying any attention here at all, hardly. And I don't even, I'm on level 19. A level that I used to like dread. Oh my god, how am I gonna get through this? And because I'm talking to you, I'm so distracted. Look at me, I'm not like flying through here like, actually, my score's not too bad either. Thanks for the help! I need you on the rest of my life. Just distracting me with myself. He says as he's, look at how good I'm doing, and then I die. That's a lesson I'm learning in life too. except for the actual dying part. Only little deaths. Only little deaths. Small moves, Sparks. Small moves. Tell me what that line's from. That will impress me. The movie that line's from. Small moves, Sparks. And actually, I will give you a hint. The man who wrote the book that movie was based on taught at the Ivy League school that I once attended. And anybody who's familiar with Neil Tyson deGrasse, I don't know what his name is, but oh, did you see that? Did you see that? And now I'm complaining. I don't even know what. I'm actually not doing too bad here. The beauty of this game is you can get surrounded, and you literally can sometimes just, how the hell did I get out of that? And sometimes it doesn't work out for you. Oh. You gotta hit some stuff, Kev. Gotta hit some stuff here. Snag those guys. The thing about stuff like this is to stay moving, because it's a lot harder for them to hit you. You gotta stay away from the green stuff, because you can't destroy the green stuff. You just can't, no matter what you do. Wow, There is a lot of truth to this game. Let me tell you that. Of course, you know I'm talking about boogers. Talking about nose candy. Goobers. Yeah, actually, I'm not doing too bad here. I remember making a big deal about trying to score 1 million. Of course, now that I said that, I won't, but it's, see, now there, okay, now there, I almost killed myself 4 times there. And these guys, these guys are hit and miss for me. I mean, it's, I either clean their clocks or they clean mine, and I kind of cleaned theirs last time. I don't, even when I clean their clocks, they still kill me. I try to get out of these guys like that with 1 death. I call that a spare, you know, like bowling. And then, you know, a lot of things too is that you gotta stay off the walls sometimes, and sometimes you gotta stay on the walls. And you gotta know when to get off the walls. You gotta know when the walls are your friends, when you need to be scrambling, when you're okay. Like, I don't like these guys when they're away from me, but that wasn't too bad, getting out of that. This is gonna be a little bit more of a challenge. These guys really get on you. And sometimes you can just... Ow! Boy, if I had just snuck under there! Because these levels are not over by any stretch of the imagination. You gotta really clear a lot of stuff off here. Just getting... Ugh. I'm in good shape now. Sometimes you just gotta pick a direction and just start shooting. Instead of trying to shoot everywhere. If you try to shoot everywhere at once, you miss everything. Just pick a direction and get working, because until you get busy in one direction, nothing gets fixed in any direction. And this level tends to have a tendency to eat your lunch, so I just want the hell out of it, and I got out of it. So we'll see. Actually... We might score 1 million here, he says as he catches one right up the tailpipe. A lot of this is just not losing your shit. Even when you seem like you're like, here, you got all this shit blocking you, but if you can just get underneath it, you can get some business done. And just, you know, sometimes if it doesn't look good, just take as much out as you can! Right? Just take as much out as you can. Alright. Now we want to get this stuff that's causing us the biggest problems, okay? Can we get out of this? Look at that, see? That looked pretty dire, didn't it? And we got out of it, and didn't even get killed. He says as he dances around and misses everything. And you know what? If we don't hit 1 million here, it's just because we didn't. I gotta get these. Wow! Did you see how close? I was almost dead there. I mean, I should have been dead there, I think. See how it slows down a little bit, and sometimes this game slows down, and it's almost like you're playing it in slow motion. And we're sitting here and we're talking, and I remember so many times when I did a lot of talking videos when I first started this channel. I don't really do them anymore. And I remember talking about Robotron, and boy, I'm gonna do a challenge, million something, you know, and here, I'm just sitting here talking to you, spending some time with people that I really appreciate. And we just scored 1 million on Robotron. A little while ago, but That was a bit more dramatic. To bring your attention to it. You know, and every once in a while you just get on a little bit of a run and some things go your way and you score some points and you refresh those. A lot of times it's just about, you know, kind of keeping your head when you really need to. Because if you take it and you really sort of look at you, sometimes I'm looking at where I am, sometimes I'm looking at where the other things are. This is actually, just got hit. I'll tell you one thing too, this game takes it out of you, energy-wise, all of that. And you see how look how slow it is. That's how much is going on the screen right now. Just enough for these. Oh, did you see that? And it starts to speed up, and look at how surrounded I am still. You know, these guys group up, and you gotta get away from this. And now let's see if I can get some points here. Yeah, just that. I don't want to go down for the guy because I'll get it. So one thing about Robotron, we're not going to see it, I don't think, is after like a level 45, I think it is. It kind of starts all over again. Maybe it's after. Yeah, I think it's It's something. It's when the lady stuff. But I'll tell you something. This gets hard. This gets to where you just gotta get this stuff. You know, just again, you're surrounded. Just pick a direction. Pick a direction. You know, I'm gonna get this, and now I'm gonna. Okay, that's not gonna work out. So now let's see if I can get down here. Okay, I can. I didn't get the stuff that I wanted to get, but am I still alive? Yes, I'm still alive. I picked up here. Look at that. Talking myself right into stupidity. But it's all fun because at the end, you can start all over again. Like I would have to if I wanted to play another game, which I don't. But I certainly appreciate you hanging in there with me while I scored 1,000,000. That was kind of fun. Thank you. Leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. You have a fantastic day.